GT AB Boxing News here with Eddie Hearn. How's it going?
AB Boxing, they're expanding.
Yes, we're definitely.
So you got how many you got in AB Boxing now?
It's about 4 or 5 of us.
So it's you.
We're a team. Gustavo, Antonio.
Gustavo's the little fella with a funny haircut.
Yes, you guys made a bet.
Does Jess? Well, I didn't make it. He said, "Will you shave your hair off if Ruiz wins?" I said, and he goes, "I'll shave my hair off if Joshua wins." But he's always got his hair shaved off. He's just growing that little thing down the middle. Does Jess do anything? Like, I know is she the boss?
She's the boss. She runs the show.
Okay.
All right, great. How's it going, Eddie? Very quickly, last time we saw Triple G was here against Steve Rolls. He started off very slowly.
Yeah.
He had trouble defensively. What are we going to see differently this time, since Sergey Derevchenko is a much different opponent?
Much better. I mean, I think you're going to see a much more switched-on Sergey Derevchenko. I mean, sometimes, no disrespect to Rolls, but I think he felt that he could do certain things in that fight. I think this is a really dangerous fight. I have to be honest. Like, Derevchenko's a good fighter. He's a fresh professional. People talking about Gennadi's on the decline. I don't see how we can say that when he's just come off 2 fights with Canelo, where I felt he won both fights. But he is 38, and he is coming to that stage in his career where if he might decline, it might happen before our eyes, and that's exciting in itself. I don't believe he is. I believe it will be a firefight with Sergey Derevchenko. I believe that Gennady will get hit, which he does quite a lot sometimes. But I believe that if you stand and trade with him, that's a very dangerous thing to do. But I think you will get 3 to 5 rounds of extreme warfare. And if you go to extreme warfare with Gennady Golovkin, most people don't come out the other side.
October 26th, Josh Taylor versus Regis Prograis.
Great fight.
Yesterday it was announced that Joseph Parker had pulled out. Now, I saw a post on Twitter with Shannon Briggs. Is that possibly somebody who will be fighting Chisora?
That was sort of, what's it called? Tooth, what's it called? Tongue in cheek. Where did I get tooth from? It was like tooth in cheek. That was tongue in cheek because 1, I don't think he'd be licensed, and 2, Shannon Briggs always wants about $5 million for a fight. But I just, right now, it's like the race to fight Derrick Chisora. The phone's been going mad with agents, promoters. We'll fight him because Chisora, people think they can beat Chisora. But in the lights of the O2, Chisora sometimes pulls things out of the bag. So Povetkin, Michael Hunter, Oscar Rivas, Otto Wallin, Bacoli, Hrgovic, Shannon Briggs, I don't know, like everybody's in the mix right now, but it's got to be a top 15 guy because Joseph Parker was a top 15 guy. We want a like-for-like fight.
Okay, let's move on. Next week, Alexander Usyk makes his heavyweight debut.
We've sold over 8,000 tickets in Chicago already. It's going to be absolutely... Where are you from?
That's wonderful.
Where are you from?
New York.
No, but you got a little twang in your voice.
That's a Brooklyn accent.
Is that really?
Absolutely.
It sounds almost Russian,
I get confused all the time.
But afterwards, me and you will go for a coffee and maybe a hot dog, No? Okay.
There you go. Why not? Absolutely.
Yeah, anyway, so I think we'll have a sellout at Usyk next week. It's going to be wild. Really excited to see him fight. Tyrone Spong, who we know has got a great chin, hits very hard. A legend of the kickboxing world and ranked number 4 with the WBO. So it's going to be a good solid test, and looking forward to seeing Usyk in action as a heavyweight.
Do you feel that Alexander Usyk has crossover appeal, being that he's so animated? He's a very charismatic individual. He could be a superstar.
I think to be a superstar, whether you like it or not, if you speak in English, it's a good start. And actually, his English is better than he lets on. But he is so animated and he is so quirky that part of Alexander Usyk's appeal is that he doesn't speak English because he lets his facial expressions do the job for him. I think he's a fascinating character. I think he can be a worldwide star, and I think he's a brilliant fighter. Next week, let's see if he's ready for the heavyweights.
Okay, let's just move along. Last weekend, we just saw Sean Porter, Errol Spence. Do you think that fight warrants a rematch, or does Spence go directly right into Danny Garcia?
I prefer the rematch to Danny Garcia. I like Danny Garcia. I think he's a great fighter, but I just feel, I don't know. I'd like the Pacquiao fight for Errol Spence. I think Terence Crawford should fight Sean Porter. I think Bob should phone Al Heyman and say, look, let's do an ESPN pay-per-view, Sean Porter against Terence Crawford, and then you do Pacquiao against Spence, and then the winners fight each other.
It was announced that the Spence-Porter fight has definitely done over 300
Well, it wasn't really announced. It wasn't really announced. Certain
Getting
people,
close, though.
Certain people leaked that information. I reckon it did probably 250.
250?
Or something like that. It's what people are telling me. Even if it did, by the way, that's good. I mean, I think Fox, PBC, done a brilliant job to cross-promote that fight. We have something in the UK called Sky Sports. It's not as big as Fox, but it's a similar idea in terms of the cross-promotion across sports, across a live news centre. And Fox did a great job, so did the PBC, of pushing that fight. Sean Porter did a great job. He was everywhere. You know, I mean, I don't like all of his suits. You know, sometimes he wears like that orange suit with the big tie and he's got this knot on his tie that's like that. We can work on that. But in terms of his promotion, Sean Porter did a great job in and out of the ring. And he was a big driver of that pay-per-view, Sean Porter. Because Errol Spence is a bit more quiet, you know, he doesn't say too much. Sean Porter really put himself out for that promotion. I hope he got paid very well. I'm guessing he did.
Do you feel that Errol Spence is now the A side in negotiations going forward in the welterweight division, minus Manny Pacquiao?
Well, I mean, he's done 2 pay-per-views that have probably done 300, 350 and 250, 300. So he's doing well. The excuse for the first fight was Mikey Garcia drove all the numbers. So what are you going to say in this fight? I said Terence Crawford, unfortunately for him, has now become the B side in that fight.
Yes.
Where now I believe he probably wins that fight because his year has been Kavaliauskas and Amir Khan. And Errol Spence's year has been Mikey Garcia and